Good morning. We find ourselves at the midpoint Wednesday of the 29th week in Ordinary Time. In 2 days, this coming Friday, we will celebrate the optional memorial of Pope St. John Paul II. I would like to recount for you, now many years ago, the election of Pope St. John Paul II, Cardinal Karol Wojtyła, simply because I was a young priest studying canon law in Rome in October of 1978, and by hopefully the grace of God, but also a little luck, I and a few of my priest friends were right there in St. Peter's Square the evening of October 16th, 1978, when Pope St. John Paul II was elected. And there is a process that the election of a pope has to follow according to canon law and the specific regulations of the Holy See. And so it takes a little while for each of the cardinals in conclave to vote. Certainly those votes need to be counted and the votes need to be verified. And then, of course, we have the burning of the ballots. If no pope receives the required number of votes, black smoke comes out of the chimney that's attached to the one end of the Sistine Chapel where the cardinals gather in conclave and vote for a pope. If the smoke is white, that's good news. That means a pope has been elected. And then within a short period of time, the senior cardinal deacon of the Holy Roman Catholic Church comes out on that big balcony over the main entrance doors to St. Peter's Basilica and makes the announcement for all gathered to hear. In Latin, it's Annuncio vobis gaudium magnum habemus papam, which means in English, I announce to you news of great joy, we have a pope. And so on that evening of October 16th, 1978, there wasn't a great deal of expectation that the Pope would, this was the second day of voting. And keep in mind that Pope St. Paul VI had reigned for 15 years and died on the Feast of the Transfiguration in 1978. Then John Paul I, Albino Luciani, the Cardinal Patriarch of Venice, was elected to succeed Pope Paul VI, and he took the names of St. John the 23rd and Paul and put them together, and so he was John Paul I. But unfortunately, within about a month's time, he died in his sleep. And so they were, at least the speculation was, the cardinals would look to elect someone who could reign for a good number of years, God willing, of course. And so Karol Wojtyła was elected and took the name John Paul II, and certainly so much has been written about him and his reign that he transformed really the world by not just his personality, but primarily his courageous and firm faith and hope in the providence of Almighty God, the intercession of our Blessed Mother, to whom he was thoroughly devoted. And in the process, he strengthened the church in such a visible way. It's no wonder that at his funeral, the crowds were spontaneously shouting out in Italian, Santo subito, saint immediately. And of course, in the very early days of the church, saints were publicly proclaimed by the Christian community. And this, in a way, is reminiscent of that. The reason his feast is celebrated this coming Friday, which will be October 22nd, is because that was the day in 1978 when Pope St. John Paul II celebrated in St. Peter's Square the public mass officially inaugurating his pontificate. But all of that nice history and some of those facts aside, it would be well for us, to, from time to time, read some of the things Pope St. John Paul II wrote. He wrote many beautiful things, and you can find these nice books of meditations, short little writings that he wrote about various things. Many of the things are very practical for one's spiritual meditation, and really they're very instructive about matters of our Catholic faith. And so this Friday, if you have the opportunity, go to Mass, but if it's not possible, say a prayer to Pope St. John Paul II for yourself, and pray for the Church, our Holy Father, the bishops, priests, all the Catholic faithful of the Church. God bless you.